Hello students, today we are doing the last part of the revision of chapter 5, separation of substances. Today I have taken some figures. Not some figures, all the figures given in textbook, because in exam identification of figures also asking. So each figure, what it shows and what it describes is taken here. First, various methods of separation are taken in that hand picking. Hand picking method is used to separate slightly larger sized impurities from a mixer. This is the figure showing hand picking, and this method is used to separate slightly larger sized impurities like stones or broken grains from pulses and grains. And here also the impurities amount should be small. The impurity should not be that much larger in amount also. Their amount should be small, amount should be less, and also the impurity should be slightly larger in size. Second figure shows threshing. This threshing is fully used in agriculture. This process is used to separate grain from stock in agriculture. Threshing is the method is used only in agriculture, and this method is used to separate grains from stalks. Now winnowing. Winnowing is used to separate heavier and lighter components of a mixer by wind or blowing air. This figure shows winnowing, and this method is used to separate the substances having difference in their weight. That is, one component will be heavier and the other component will be lighter. And these components can be separated with the help of the wind or by blowing air. And this method is also used in agriculture, and in household works also this method using. This method is used by farmers to separate husk from grains. And this is also used to clean the grains and pulses in our homes. This figure shows winnowing. Here the substances or the components having difference in their weight can be separated with the help of the wind, that is winnowing. Now sieving. This method is used when components of a mixer have different sizes. If the components have different sizes, then the components can be separated by sieving with the help of a sieve. For that, sieves having different holes are using. And the first figure shows the sieving used for cleaning the floor. And for cleaning the floor, whether it is wheat flour or rice flour, for cleaning any type of floor, the sieves having very fine holes are using. And any impurities like husk or bran will be remaining on the sieve, and the fine powder will be passing through the sieve. And sieving method is also used to separate or to remove the impurities like a husk from the whole grains like wheat. Before grinding the grain, sieving will be done for separating stone particles or husk from the whole grains also. In that cases, sieve having larger holes are used. And this figure shows sieving using in the construction site. Here, the sieve having larger holes are using, and the sieve will be kept in the slanting position, and on this sieve, the sand which is to be cleaned will be adding, and the stones or the clay particles that is remaining along with the sand will be left over the sieve, and the fine sand will be passing through the sieve. So this is the sieve used in the construction site. This method of sieving is using in construction site, and this is the sieving method used for cleaning the floor. Now we will discuss the methods of separation that involves a solid and a liquid. An insoluble solid in a liquid can be separated by sedimentation and decantation. What is insoluble solid? A solid that does not dissolve in a liquid is called an insoluble solid. Like a stones. If you add some stones or some grains in water, the grains on the stones, grains or the stones, they will not dissolve in water, and as they are heavier, they will be settling down at the bottom of the vessel, and water will be remaining above these solid particles. That is sedimentation and decantation. The insoluble solid that will be heavier than water, so they will be settling down at the bottom. That is sedimentation. Then the water can be decanted. Decanted means taken out to another vessel. See, first figure shows sedimentation, and here second figure shows the water will be decanting. Decanting means taking into another vessel, so that the sediments will be remaining in the first vessel and water will be taken into the second vessel. Okay, separating two components of a mixer by sedimentation and decantation. And where it is using, this method is used to separate an insoluble solid from a liquid. Now, filtration. Filtration is also one of the methods to separate an insoluble solid from a liquid mixer. Here, this figure shows the straining using for separating the tea leaves after preparing the tea. Separating tea leaves with a strainer, and this is the strainer used for separating the tea leaves. When we allow the tea to pass through the strainer, the tea leaves will be remaining on the strainer, and the pure or the tea without any tea leaves will be collected in the jug here. And what is the difference in both the methods? See, sedimentation and decantation will not give a 100% result. But if we are using the strainer for separating the tea leaves, all the tea leaves will be remaining on the strainer and only tea will be coming out. So it will give a complete or a better result than sedimentation and decantation. In decantation method, if we are not careful, some of the stones or the grains that also may come along with the decanted water. But if we are using the strainer or the filter paper, all the solid particles remain on the strainer or the filter paper. Now filtration can be done in many ways by using strainer, and also we can use the filter paper for filtration. That is shown here, filtration using filter paper. Here, a filter paper is folded to form a cone, folded in the form of a cone that is kept on the funnel. Then the mixer will be allowed to pass through this filter paper, and the solid particles will remain on the filter paper, and only the liquid will be collected in the beaker kept down. All the solid impurities or solid particles which we have to separate, that will be remaining on the filter paper here, and the liquid only will be collected in the beaker or any vessel that is kept down. And this figure shows how to make a cone from the filter paper, or folding a filter paper to make a cone. For that, a filter paper in the shape of circle will be taken. Then the filter paper will be folded in the form of semicircle. Then that is semicircle filter paper will be folded to get a cone shape. See, here filter paper is folded to get a cone shape. This cone shaped filter paper is kept on this cone, so that the solid particles will remain in the filter paper. Now next, evaporation and condensation. Evaporation and condensation methods are used to separate a solid that dissolves in a liquid, like salt or sugar. If we add salt or sugar to the water, salt and sugar both will be getting dissolved in the water and form the solution. And in that condition, how we will get the solid particles again? That means how we can get a salt or sugar back from the salt solution or the sugar solution. or that we can use evaporation. We will be taking the salt solution in the beaker, then we will heat the solution. On heating, all the water will be getting evaporated, only the salt particle will remain in the vessel. So a solid that dissolved in a liquid can be separated by evaporation. Water will be getting evaporated and only the solid particles, whether it is salt or the sugar, will remain in the vessel. So evaporation method is used to separate or used to get back a salt or the solid that dissolves in a liquid. This evaporation method is helpful for obtaining the salt from the seawater. Salt is obtained from the seawater by the method of evaporation. Here you can see the salt pans. The salt pans are made on the sea coast and seawater is allowed to collect in the salt pans. And by the heat of the sun, the water will be getting evaporated and the salt will remain in the salt pans. Then the salt from the salt pans will be collected and taken to the factories where it is further purified and we will get the salt that we use for cooking. This is the salt heap. It shows the salt pans. Water from the seawater is collected in the salt pans. The water will be getting evaporated by the heat of the sun. Salt will be remaining and salt will be collected and then it will be taken to the factories for purification. Now, evaporation and condensation methods are used to obtain water from the salt solution. Now, evaporation method, we will get the salt I told. Now, if you want to get the water back, the water used for preparing the salt solution, what method we will use? We will use both evaporation and the condensation. We will take the salt solution in a kettle and we will allow the solution to be evaporate. On giving heat, the water will be getting evaporated and that water change into water vapor and that will be coming out of the spout of the kettle in the form of water vapor. On getting heated, water in the salt solution will be evaporated and it will be converting into steam or water vapor and this water vapor will be coming out through the spout. And we will allow the water vapor to collect on the metal plate on which ice cubes are kept. Here you can see the ice cubes. Why the ice cubes are kept? For making this surface cool. And when the steam or the water vapor touches the cool surface of the metal plate, it will be condensing. Condense means it will be getting cooling down. And on condensation, the water vapor will change into water drops again. Water vapor from the gaseous state again, it will change in the liquid state and convert into water drops. That water drops can be collected in the beaker kept here. So when we take the salt solution and we will allow the salt solution to change into water vapor by providing heat, and on getting heat, the salt solution will be getting evaporated, the water will be getting evaporated and this water vapor will be coming out of the spout of this kettle and that we will be allowing to touch on the cool surface. And on touching the cool surface, again the water vapor will be converting into water drops and that can be collected. So we will get pure water without any salt content by evaporation and condensation. So these are the various methods given in your textbook for the separation of substances from the mixer. And along with that, also in the beginning of the lesson, given a figure which shows churning of milk or curd to get a butter. And this is the arrangement that is used to separate butter from the milk or the curd. It shows the churning of milk or the curd to obtain butter. Children, the revision and the second revision also completed of this lesson. Now the next session we will start the revision of the next lesson. Okay.